What's going on, guys? Um, I'm making this video just to say how bad I messed. I started this month out. Still in profit, but I was just making some dumb decisions. All right, so let me just talk about the top down. All right, so just real simple. Move this over here real quick. All right, so this I'm on the monthly chart. This is March's monthly candle, right? It's just real simple stuff, man. March closed below February, right? So April, my overall bias for the month is bearish, and ironically, if you will, we got a war going on, and it's not very favorable. Okay, so already, just fundamentally, I could be wrong, but I'm expecting April to at least trade to March's low at 22,960. All right. We just finished the second trading week, all right, which was actually the first full week um, here in April. But check this out. I'm so dumb. If we come over here on the 4-hour chart, let me make sure I move this back over. I moved this over correctly. If you go to Wednesday, unlock this. Alright, that should be in the last week. Okay. Check this out. If we come to the 4-hour chart, right? I know you guys probably you see it because you're smarter than I am. But look what happened at the beginning of the month. Alright? What do we do? What do you guys see on this 4-hour chart? Alright, gave you some time. What do we have? Sweep of liquidity. Sorry about that. I got a truck passing by, but we had a sweep of liquidity. Alright. Then we had a close above the close of that, or the open of that series of 4-hour candles that took out that liquidity. And what do we call that, guys? We call that a change in state of delivery. Let me change this. Alright, that's a bullish change in state of delivery. Alright, why? Because this 6 a.m. 4-hour candle closed above the open of the series of down candles. And then, just like textbook, what happened? The 10 a.m. candle manipulated down to our entry, which would be the open of the series of down closed candles that took out liquidity. And then what did it do? For the past 2 weeks, it traveled up. Had I had the big picture in mind, I wouldn't have screwed it up, right? I would be in a lot more profit than what I'm in. Damn near at break even, right? And then we had our single candle, or I call them next candle bias, but we had our next candle bias, right? The 6 a.m. closed above the 2 a.m. So we're expecting 10 a.m. to manipulate down and push higher. And manipulate it down, right? And it started pushing higher. So again, yeah, I am expecting April to be bearish, and this is classic textbook, right? If we look at the monthly, all right, the monthly is basically putting in its wick, right? If I am correct overall, which I could be wrong, because taking a look at this, March did close above this low, so structurally it is giving us um, a bullish signal. So I could be wrong on that, but we'll see. Um, but I'm thinking April is just putting in its top wick right now. All right. We did just come into a volume of balance. Can't remember if that was a monthly. No, that was weekly. All right. We did come in and close above this volume of imbalance. I'm thinking that it may give us a push higher and come into this volume imbalance here, or either take out some upside liquidity. It may not happen in April, especially with everything is going on right now in the world. But yeah, I just kind of screwed up. All right. So moving forward, all right, we are in an uptrend. We did have a breaker structure. All right. No significant pullback. Um, as well as down here, all right, had a breaker structure here, no significant pullback to discount. So we may continue to push higher, all right? But I will be looking for just a 4-hour change in state of delivery to the downside. Definitely have to look out, making sure we're paying attention though, because like here, right, we did take out liquidity. We had to close below here, price retraced, and it kept going up. All right. However, price did come down, take out liquidity. We had another change in state of delivery. I'm just gonna clone this. Change in state of delivery, and the 6 p.m. candle came down, tested it, and it kept going up. More of the story for me is make sure I'm paying attention to my 4-hour market structure, right? Definitely not too fast, definitely not too slow. We just got to be patient and check our charts every 4 hours. And I mean, yeah, you can get in and scalp every 4-hour candle. That's typically what I do, right? I'm that guy. Every 4 hours, looking at the chart, drop it down to my 15-minute, looking for manipulation below the open, for a bullish bias above the open, for a bearish bias on the 15-minute, and looking for that change in state of delivery. Sometimes I do get a little antsy and I'm dropping down on the 1-minute, which I got to cut that out, because I mean, checking your chart every 4 hours throughout the week, that's going to give us enough, opportunity to take trades and make money. But yeah, I don't know why. Like I know better, man. I've been doing this long enough to know better. Um, but for whatever reason, have, I think me trying to hurry up and um, meet this buffer on this TPT account. Give me 1 second. Yeah, me trying to get to this buffer, man. I'm just not thinking clearly. So, um, moving forward in this next week, I wish again I was paying attention, but now I'm gonna have to, make sure that I'm watching. I will be watching these areas here on the 4 hour, just because um, these points of interest were made on the weekly, right? Just to kind of match um, time frame alignment. And essentially, I'm trying to trade on the 4 hour um, chart between 6 p.m. and 4:59 p.m. Um, that's the rules of TPT, right? As far as when you can trade, when you can't trade. It's basically you have to have your trades done between 6 p.m. and 4:59 p.m. So I just thought that I would share this um, because maybe it'll help someone else. But yeah, I was just not really just paying attention because I was so hyper focused on the micro and not the macro of market structure and order flow. So yeah, hopefully this helps somebody. I know you guys are smarter than me, so you probably have been doing great. So if you have been doing great, I hope you continue to do great. If you have not, maybe just think about taking a look at the macro and not be so hyper focused on the micro. You don't be so hyper focused on your lower time frames, but actually see what the higher time frame market structure is doing. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.